All right, so I wanted to record a video for you that talks about the technical interview, just mostly the sign up process, because in week 7 that I just graded, there was some great discussion just about how questions that you had about it. But in this case, I just want to give you a video for how to sign up for it. So it comes after you finish the dubious delivery and before you get into week 10. So in this case, um, the technical interview, and here's just some things to know about the way it runs. It will be conducted in a GitHub code space that I will invite you in right before the beginning of it. So even if you're working locally, you're going to be working in code space. Now the code space I've created, as I had mentioned a couple weeks back, I disable all the AI coding extensions in there. So just expect to write the SQLs based on your knowledge and schema provided. It is worth 25% of your grade, and it, of course, is important. So eligibility, you sign up anytime after you finish week 9. That's what I just showed you. After week 9 work, then you'll see this sign up that is the content I'm covering here. So what I provide here is a link to a schedule, and this schedule shows you times. Now you're not going to directly type in here. What you're going to do is give me 2 days and times that you want to sign up for. And in this case, you know, if somebody else happens to sign up before you, then I would take your second one. But if nobody has, then I would take your first one. And then also in that sign up, tell me if you're going to be on Zoom or if you're going to be in person, okay? Because that's something that I need to know just for scheduling purposes. I do offer these in my office at FCC or on Zoom. I'll come back to this in a minute, but if you're on Zoom, make sure you do know how to screen share. And if you're on Mac, there's an additional step that you need to take. If you're coming in person, make sure your laptop has Wi-Fi if you're bringing in a laptop. If not, just let me know and I will schedule something on the lab or in our labs here. So I just need a heads up. So give me that information, your days and times that you prefer, your first and second choice, that's here, right? And then if you're coming in on Zoom or if you're coming in on campus. Okay. And then if you're bringing your laptop. So it's a bit of information that you would provide. So just like any other assignment, you go in and you give me that information. In this assignment here, you don't have to reach out to me through Canvas. You can, but this just gives us an ability to have a conversation. So you have 2 attempts at the technical interview. However, after the 1st of May, and I show that here if you scroll down, there's only one available after the 1st of May. Okay, so this is the last one that in this case, and then anything after is one only just because of the number of students that I got to get through them. So it's a scheduling issue, honestly. And you want to, and actually many students have said they preferred after they did the first one, because some do a second one, some do not. Depends on how your interview goes. Okay, so that's what I talked about there. Yeah, so this is what I was talking about as far as the attempts go. And by the way, this video shouldn't substitute for going through this in person. I mean, this content and reading it. So in case there's something you wanted to know that specifically, like, you know, if you're bringing your laptop and, you know, if not, I can handle that. But so how to prepare. So this is a 30-minute interview. We'll cover topics up to week 12. Now this really means relating and querying and relating. So the querying that we learned in CS50 and the relating, and then how to write queries for these 2 concepts. So you'll have 1 query that is just for how to do basic setup, 3 for querying, and 2 for relating. If possible, try not to reschedule just because time is limited. Suggestions on the prep, I had said this in week 7. I definitely suggest you check out if you want more detail there or reach out to me. Seeing Brianna to get some prep to help think out loud when you're writing queries is very helpful, and you earn, late passes. I do, and I am going to provide this as I'm preparing for week 9. I did offer a link to a mock interview prompt. Now, this is not the one you're going to be going through, but it is at least a way to help you practice for some of the things that could be on there, and just to give you some good practice in writing queries. Okay, so again, this submission is a text box. That's what I would need to see, is your date and time selections. If you're coming in on campus or on Zoom, and if you're coming in on campus, are you bringing your laptop? And if not, just let me know so I can get a lab ready. Okay. The last thing, and I did say this before, but I think it's worth stating, is that these hours that I've started with are my office hours. If you need something outside of there, the sooner you let me know, the more I can be flexible on scheduling. Like, I could do a 5:30, but I could only do one of those based on my own schedule. So the sooner you reach out to me, the better. All right, have a great one, and I'll talk to you later.